All right, I'm excited about what I'm going to talk to you about today. We're going to continue with our series on most profitable investments. We're talking about investments in the cryptocurrency space that pay a passive income. Offers far better returns than absolutely anything that possibly could exist in traditional finance today. It's only in cryptocurrency can you find annualized returns that are 10%, 15%, 20%, or potentially even more. Just on my last video, I talked about the BFG token, which at this very moment is doing about a 0.4% return. And I broke that down for you, broke all the math down. If you haven't seen that video, you need to go watch it. That 0.4% is 0.4% per day. Where else on the planet can you potentially get that kind of return? We're not talking about some sort of weird Ponzi high yield investment program. We're not talking about that at all. We're talking about being able to have an investment in a real business that produces a passive return that is unlike any sort of dividend that you can get in the traditional market. I'm here to tell you it doesn't exist. The returns that can be produced, that are being produced today in the cryptocurrency space, it doesn't even exist anywhere else. If the only thing you know about cryptocurrency is Bitcoin, if the only thing that you know about cryptocurrency is that the government says that, oh no, everybody's using cryptocurrency for money laundering, then you have fell victim to the official line, and you literally are missing out on what could be the greatest financial shifts in our future. And we're talking about this shift is coming fast. So you might as well get on the train or get off the boat and drown, because that's get on the train, get off the boat. You like that? The bottom line is this. And this isn't financial advice. As you can tell, I'm pretty geeked up right now. I get excited when I talk about this, and I don't even have to fake this. Like I just, those closest to me, if they get me talking about cryptocurrency, I just get wound up. But you need to know this. I'm a cryptocurrency enthusiast first and foremost. Don't take anything that I say as financial advice. If anything, maybe this will bring your attention to some stuff that you want to research. I will talk to you about what I'm doing on my channel, but I absolutely 100% believe in the future of cryptocurrency. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not certified in anything outside of, the official school of excitement, I guess. And maybe I should calm down a little bit. But what's happening in this space, and in particular what I'm going to talk to you about today, I think is truly unbelievable. And nowhere in my lifetime has this sort of opportunity been available to the average person that exists on the planet today. And I truly believe that we're in a window of time right now, because I believe that when the world at large wakes up to the opportunities that exist in cryptocurrency, the biggest reason that we're able to make 20%, 30%, 50%, 100% returns in some cases, the only reason that's possible is because the rest of the world's not here yet. Over time, and I'm not talking about some sort of a short term. In this entire series that I'm doing on most profitable investments, I'm not talking about buy a certain token, wait for it to go up and sell. That's all about timing the market. I'm talking about earning passive returns, being able to earn a passive income where the returns are exponential. I like that are mind blowing if you aren't familiar with cryptocurrency. Now, here's the thing. I truly believe that these returns are short-term-ish. What do I mean by that? Well, in another 3 to 5 years, when the rest of the world finds out about cryptocurrency and finds out what sort of returns are here, I believe that you're going to have much larger investors coming in. You're going to have institutional-style investments coming in eventually. Just like, we're talking about cryptocurrency gaming platforms or casino platforms. I did a video called Most Profitable Investment, Tokenized Casinos. And in that particular video, I was comparing, and I'll link that above, by the way. In that particular video, and I'll put it down in the description. Same thing with the Bet Fury video. I'll put that down in the description if you haven't seen that yet. But in those videos, I specifically the first one where I talked about tokenized casinos, I compared traditional investments, like, investing on the stock market in like Win casinos and stuff like that. Those sort of investments offer small returns. And those small returns are a result of it going mainstream, mass marketed. That's why they have the type of leverage that they have. That's why the actual return isn't as much as it could be. I mean, there's all of that as a result of a large mass market coming into the space. Eventually, that will happen with cryptocurrency. So the fact that we can get in early, not only does it mean that potentially our actual investments, the actual tokens, could be worth a fortune one day, it also means that our returns that we get today are going to be extraordinary. And we will not have this opportunity again, I don't believe, in the future. Now, with that being said, Or I should say we won't have an opportunity this good in the future. With that being said, because it is cryptocurrency and because this is such a small, or I should say new space, only a couple of years old, it comes with a high degree of risk. That's why I say I'm not a financial advisor. You follow me too closely, you might lose everything. I mean, that's the truth, because we don't know what this space is going to hold. So I try to talk about when I'm making my own investments, I try to share with you like what I'm thinking about, what are the risks that I'm aware of. And you definitely need to take these risks wholeheartedly. Now, first of all, let's talk. What we're talking about today, we're talking about chips. Most profitable investment, we're talking about chips. Now, chips is very interesting. This gaming platform is only a couple of weeks old. I think 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks. The thing about this gaming platform, and I've done another video on chips, is that it is early, and that adds to the degree of risk, but it also adds to the potential profitability of it. But they're doing a lot of things right in a very big way. And I'm making this video today because they just took an enormous step forward, like enormous. And so I want to talk about that and what they're doing. And I'm excited because anytime you see something new, you really got to pay attention to how it develops. First thing I did when this platform launched was I used the mogul method. And if you aren't familiar with that, link in above, link in the description. I used the mogul method to mine the token, the chips token. Ironically, it's called chips, like poker chip. But I use that to mine the chips token. And when I mined it, I ended up getting about 6,000 tokens. Now, here's the thing. If you saw the video that I did on BetFury, again, it's in the description if you want to rewatch that, you will remember that in that video, it cost about 7,300 at the time, Satoshi, 7,400 Satoshi now, because it's already gone up to the next stage, I think, to mine, which ends up being about, depending on the price of Bitcoin, about 1 cent. The chips token, to mine the chips token, you have to, you wager $43, and right now, at this stage that it's in right now, when I got started, we only had to wager $30 to mine the token. But you wager $43, and when you wager $43, you end up getting 1 chip. With that being said, the chip which means, it was 1% house edge, so it's 43 cents, I believe. 43 cents. Yeah, 43 cents to get 1. So it's a bit more expensive. There's also less tokens. So BetFury has 5 billion tokens ultimately they're going to mine, and I think chips has 100 million. So there's a huge difference there. Now, one good thing about that, and I'll break this down in another video, some of the pros and cons, or I should say the differences between the two platforms. If chips is successful, BetFury has a track record. Chips is still new. But if they're successful, it means that dilution will happen far, far slower on chips. Far slower. And that's a good thing as an investor. But before you can worry about the long term, you got to figure out, is it gonna work? Is it gonna launch? So here's the key. By the way, they have a pretty interesting setup here. They have the vault you can see right now. This is the total. Everything they do on their platform, by the way, is valued in US dollars. Even though you use cryptocurrencies, it's valued in US dollars. Check this out. You just saw that drop. We just had a big winner. It just dropped from 1,000 something down to 600. This is the total dividend pool. Super small right now. Remember, we're in early. I'm estimating to get a whopping 9 cents. The return on this is not great at this very moment. Now, when they did sort of a launch, kind of a Telegram group launch, and when they did that launch, we did end up having a couple of days where we had something crazy. I think it was $1 million TRX, or I'm sorry, $1 million worth, maybe half. I can't remember. It was high. 500,000, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'll say that. I can't remember the exact amount, but it was way up there. But they were having some bugs on the website. Launch didn't go amazing at all. They were having some issues with deposits and withdrawals, but all that's been cleared up. So they're about to do an official launch. They're going to do some advertising out to now the interesting thing about chips is they're going after a mainstream online gaming market. And they're presenting the chips token as a cashback reward system. Now, I always say that's what that token is designed for. Interestingly enough, very few online gaming platforms have truly explained that or highlighted that. But Chips is unique. They're not focused on the investor per se. They're focused on just running a good business model. That's their goal. They want to attract players, and they want to attract a lot of players, and they have high expectations for this thing to be extraordinary. Now, so what is their game plan? I don't know the full game plan, but here's what I know. It comes down to promotions. So Chips actually takes 50%. So right now, where there's $664, this is the house profits basically, or the token profits, I guess. Half of this goes, so $674, if this is $600, $60,000 or $6 million, the same amount or equivalent, 50% of total profits get paid out, 50% goes to development and marketing. They are talking about running some of the largest promotions anywhere, and that's going to get very interesting. They did a small gaming race on slots through Telegram, and it popped this thing up, to 50,000 quick. It just a small group of people in Telegram, about 800 or 900 people in Telegram. And this thing went up to like 50,000 quick the other day. And they did it over the weekend, I believe. And that was awesome. So here's the thing. When this goes to 6,000, I'm getting 90 cents. When it goes to 60,000, I'm getting $9. And that's paid out every 12 hours, not once a day. They pay it out every 12 hours. If this thing goes to 60,000, I'm getting $9 every 12 hours. If it goes to 600,000, they run big promotions like they're talking about. I've seen things talking about $500,000 races. They're talking about potentially mega promotions, and they're using the profits to run these promotions. But if that happens, and this is where it's like the risk, we're sitting at $600. It looks like we're a long ways to running, $600,000. But if that happens, all of a sudden, you're sitting at like, I would be sitting at like $90 a day if I did that math right. $90 every 12 hours. So the potential return could be extraordinary. Now let's look at some of the promotions they've launched. Let's look at what they're talking about, because this is shaping up to be a really, really big week, and they're going to do an official worldwide online launch, launching some advertising campaigns and everything. Let's look at what they've got going on. By the way, you mine chips very similar to the way you mine BetFury tokens, BFG tokens. So the benefit here is you don't have to worry about two tokens. They have said publicly there will not be multiple tokens. They have one token. Their goal is to mine that token to completion. See, one of the risks as an investor in these online gaming platforms is you don't know what their plans are for that token long term. BFG launched with a BFG TRX token, and then they launched with a BFG BTC token. And that was really kind of wonky, and it's really weird. TronBet, which was the industry leader, launched as TronBet. They had a token called Anti, but then they relaunched as Wink, and all of a sudden they had a Wink token, a Live token, a Rake token, a Dice token, and it's weird, but essentially it waters down your investment as an investor. Whereas Chips, part of the reason that their developer is, he's practically a genius, but their developer basically looked and said, hey, and some of the large investors that were in Wink looked at the space and said, hey, there's a lot of things right, but there's a lot of things that can be improved upon. And they basically decided to come together and relaunch. And I got to be very honest with you. There's a small part of me that's jealous of this project, because I wish I was a good enough developer. I have zero interest in learning how to be a developer, but I wish I could launch something like this, because this is extraordinary. And I wouldn't want to launch it unless I had some decent development skills, so I could at least know kind of what was going on behind the scenes and make sure it was safe. But the developer of Chips, one of the main developers of Chips, was also one of the main, if not the main developer of the Tron Link wallet, the Tron Link extension. So the guy knows what he's talking about, no question about it. Like he's from the right pedigree. Now, can he be a mogul, a casino mogul? That remains to be seen. But they're doing a lot of things potentially right. Their vision is right. That's what's interesting. Their vision is right. So let's see where they go with this thing. A couple of things. Let's talk about what's been going on. So they just launched today. This is what they launched today, their promotion, their events. And they were launching 2 more events tomorrow. I think it's very interesting, the very first event. So they're literally, you can win a Model 3 as a player. And again, I look at all these platforms as an investor. I am not Chip's target player or target market. They are targeting the players. I sit here and mainly mine the token using the mogul mining method, watch the div pool, watch Telegram, and watch people play. That's mainly what I do. I don't come up here and do a lot of playing. That's not my role here. However, take a look at this. This is launching. Then they're going to have some more events launching. We'll get to what else is launching. Lucky Chips holder. This is cool because in theory, anyone can win this. In theory, anyone can win this. How did you hear about this? Okay. One Lucky Chips player is going to have the ride of their life as we crown one chip token holder the winner of a brand new Tesla Model 3 car. Every roll, every spin, every bet placed at chips counts towards earning chip tokens. Every token basically earns you a chance to win. It's basically like a raffle. And here you can see I have 626,213 tokens, and I'm 47% of my way to getting the next token. I'm about to start mining here in a minute just because I want to mine, because I'm going to talk about how this gets expensive. But there's some big investors. This right here, this guy here in the crowd, he's known, he has a reputation of being an enormous investor in this space. Look at this. He has 1.7 million. 1.7 million. Now I'm at 6,000. He's at 1.7 million tokens. He's part of the reason that div pool hit a million plus or whatever it was, hundreds of thousands in the first few hours. He's part of the reason. So is this guy. But look, 1.7 million. Number two is only at, what's that, 500,000, 400,000. So it's they obviously have a greater chance of winning. They have more chips or more tickets for the winning. And there's the event rules. They say they're going to stream this. I don't know. Well, let me phrase that. I don't know if the dev said that. Someone said this was going to be a live stream drawing and they were going to do it on stream. That's going to be pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. And here's the kind of the leaderboard. It goes all the way down. I wonder. I didn't even make it. 18,000. I'm only at 6. So that's the leaderboard right there. And this just launched today. Now tomorrow, let's take a look at the Telegram. I highly recommend you hang out in Telegram so you learn what's going on. So this is the pinned message in Telegram. Welcome to Chips official Telegram. Chips is a brand new online cryptocurrency casino. We'll be publicly announcing our launch very shortly. So they're saying they're not even officially launched yet. Please refer to the information below to learn more about what Chips has to offer. A large selection of casino games from industry-leading providers. Search function that allows you to play up to 4 separate games at once. I didn't know that. That's cool. An entire live casino section provided by Evolution Gaming. You can play everything from live dealer roulette, blackjack, through to popular live game shows such as Monopoly, Live, and Deal or No Deal. Chips in-house dice game is our first in-house developed game, boasting an incredible low 1% house edge and available to play on site. This is awesome because 1% house edge is just, you're going to be able to mine more for your time. Remember, Bet Fury has a 1.99% house edge. Again, there's pros and cons to each, but I like the lower house edge. You can deposit, withdraw, and play using the following currencies: BTC, ETH, TRX, and USDT. They also plan to add more currencies later. They also plan to add an internal exchange on the website, and the fees for the exchange are going to go to the div pool. That's pretty awesome. The vault, that's where you were seeing my returns earlier. Playing at Chips will earn players chip tokens for their gameplay. Their tokens can be locked in our vault to claim a share of the house profits every 12 hours. Lucky Chip holder, Tesla Model 3 event is now active and visible. We just looked at that. If you experience any issues, their live support is on the website. That's awesome. Now, tomorrow, I'm told, I believe this and this is going to be launched tomorrow. Chips, 100,000 USD cash climb leaderboard to be added to the platform. That is unbelievable. They're going to launch with a $100,000 USD cash climb. That's crazy. We should probably see volume go up. We may see volume 10x or more tomorrow. That's why I'm mining today. Super Spinner event. By the way, I'll put a link in the description if you want to check out Chips. Super Spinner event, Cybertruck, and Battle of the Bitcoins, 5 Bitcoin, which is what, 50,000 roughly, to be added and officially begin. So this is going to be another event that's going to be added tomorrow, 2 different events. So there'll be 3 events running all at the same time. Accumulated referrals to be added to user accounts. That's going to happen later this week. So if you click on my link down in the description, you will be one of my referrals if it's your first time visiting the website. that is an affiliate link. You will be supporting this channel it doesn't cost you anything, but I get like 0.0%, 0.02% or 0.2% of everything that you win or whatever. I recommend that you mine, but that still counts. To check the current value of the vault, please use the following command. Okay. If you have any questions or not covered above, okay. The moderators are awesome here. Absolutely awesome. I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm very excited to see where this goes. Here's the vault. That's what they're referring to. It's a great setup. The vault is. You can go here and see your cut, which of course is nothing. But here's the thing. This should go to 7,000. I think we'll see 70,000 or 100,000. If that happens, if we go to 70,000, I'm going to be $11 a day. That's $22. $11 every 12 hours. That's $22 a day on what is currently $1,000 investment, which by the way, I've made over 30%, almost 50% of that back, but I keep adding more to it. Like today, I'm going to mine some more. So I'm going to bring some more cryptocurrency in here and just do some more mining. Now, the way that I do this is I just operate it separate. So BetFury, for example, I'm not adding anything right now to BetFury. I probably will start back. I'm just using primarily dividends or whatever, and I'm just reinvesting right now. The challenge is you can't spread yourself too thin because it almost doesn't make any sense, but you want to diversify as an investor because there's so much risk. With chips, I'm just building a position. I could be totally wrong, but I think the longer term outlook has more potential with chips. But that's just based off the vision of the developers and what they're saying. We haven't seen the results of that. We saw them do a launch and there's a bunch of bugs, a bunch of technical issues. But if they can market and they can run massive events, I mean, there's no way they're not going to attract players. And they have the right model. 50% of profits going primarily to events and development. I mean, that's a pretty strong model. That's far more than most have going to events and development. And it'd be interesting. It's a risk on their part because it means only 50% say goes to the div pool instead of say 70%, for example, on some other platforms. But the div pool, if they're not focused on the div pool as much as focusing on attracting players. So if you get enough players, the div pool takes care of itself. So we'll have to see how that works out. I'm excited about it though, and I'm going to be mining this today. I'm very excited about chips. So this is the second, or I guess the third video you could say in our series of most profitable investments. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got another video that's going to be coming up talking about, and I'm going to talk about another most profitable investment that also is a tokenized casino. You don't necessarily have to mine that one, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in the next video. I'm also planning to do kind of a compare and contrast between BetFury and chips. I'm also going to be talking about a couple of investments that aren't gaming platforms at all. But you can still earn sizable passive returns with them. So you want to make certain, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon. Also, I'm going to put the mogul mining method at the end of this video, the mogul method at the end of this video. And I'm also going to put up the video from yesterday on BetFury. And if you love passive income and you want to learn how to make a passive income in the cryptocurrency space, make sure you go down in the description as well and subscribe to my Crypto Passive Profits newsletter. Now, you need to get up to speed if you're not up to speed on these most profitable investments, these gaming platforms. So make certain you watch the 2 videos at the end. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon, and follow along with my journey. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, crypto equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.